Hi, I'm Dylan Erickson with Eagle Eye News Network. Today we are bringing you a video we call 55 Alive. As always, buckle your seatbelts and enjoy the ride. 55 Alive is next.
Your other person.
Okay, can we shop online?
That's right. You can visit us at LqPV.com and you can click on the link for.
Good morning, sir.
Hey, officer.
Say, going a little fast back there.
Yeah, I was running a little late to school this morning.
Late for school, okay. How fast were you going?
Probably about 70.
70. All right, do you happen to have your driver's license and proof of insurance with you?
I do. Okay, time out. I just had it.
Okay, I see that this insurance card here is expired. And who's Jeffrey?
My father.
Jeff's your father. So Jeff allows you to drive to school at 70 miles an hour with no insurance?
Right.
Tell you what, you need to get your act together. You need to start slowing down and thinking about your safety and everybody else's safety.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to do some checking and I'll be right back.
All right, thanks, officer.
When I run his driver's license, it will show all his previous driving citations in the FBI computer system, which I accessed here today. The second one is the State Patrol database, and it will show any sort of activity, a warning. We helped him with a flat tire, or we gave him a ticket. Driver's license too. I'll tell you what, many more tickets like the one I'm about to give you today, and you won't have it. You won't be able to get to school, you won't be able to get to work. Something you want to consider in the future. This is going to be a speeding ticket today for 70 and a 55, and the fine amount is $185. You're also going to have to prove that you have insurance on the vehicle. If you can't do that, that'll be an additional $700 fine for no insurance. So what you need to do is call this phone number here. They'll be able to tell you exactly how much you're going to have to pay and how you can take care of it. Okay, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, there's that.
All right,
and you have a safe day.
All right, thanks, officer.
As you just saw, I was handed a $185 speeding ticket for traveling 70 miles per hour in a 55 mile per hour zone. I asked Mr. McGinty's 6th grade math class to crunch some numbers for us. Grace Hagelin and Harrison Patzer will answer the following real-world question. How much time is actually saved while driving from Appleton, Madison, or Milan to the school illegally at 70 miles per hour versus driving legally at 55 miles per hour?
Well, Dylan, first off, let's assume that all three, Appleton, Madison, and Milan, are 10 miles away from our school. With that said, we researched and found a formula to help answer your question.
The formula is time equals distance over speed, where time is in hours, distance is in miles, and speed is in miles per hour.
Now we know the distance and the speed, so it's just a matter of simply plugging in those known values for the variables to solve the equation.
Let's start with 55 miles per hour first. Time would equal 10 miles over 55 miles per hour, and that would equal 0.1818, repeating hours. And we can convert hours into minutes by multiplying by 60, and that would equal 10.91 minutes. We can do the same with 7 miles per hour. 10 miles over 70 miles per hour equals 0.143 hours. We can convert hours into minutes by multiplying by 60, and that would equal 8.58 minutes.
And finally, to answer your question directly, we took the difference of 55 miles per hour at 10.91 minutes, subtracted 70 miles per hour at 8.58 minutes, and found that 2.33 minutes is the answer. I hope that helps, Dylan. On behalf of our 6th grade math class, we want to ask you a question in return. Is 2.33 minutes really worth the chance of getting a $185 ticket? Dylan, was it worth it?
Wow, 2.33 minutes is all I or anyone would save while driving illegally at 70 miles per hour versus driving legally at 55 miles per hour? That is hard to believe, but the math is correct. Thanks, Grace and Harrison, for opening our eyes. And speaking of an eye-opener, here's another eye-opener for you. So I have a $185 fine while only saving 2.33 minutes, and now I realize that my insurance will be affected? State Patrol Officer Dean Herzberg had this to say.
We do not directly let them know. However, the insurance companies actually do a query on everybody's driver's license about 2 times a year.
Alright, so the insurance companies will eventually find out. What will that do to my premium? Farm Bureau agent Brian Tebben broke that down.
If a student were to receive the good student discount and get a speeding ticket, they would see an increase of $126 a year on average. That ticket would stay with them probably 3 to 4 years.
Thanks, Brian. How about my driver's license? How long will a speeding violation be on my record?
That will normally be on his record for a minimum of 3 years and typically a maximum of 7 years.
What happens if I was driving way too fast?
Once you go over that 30-mile-an-hour mark, then that becomes mandatory court, and you're going to have to talk to the judge about that.
Okay, Officer Herzberg. I mean way too fast. Like Indy 500 kind of fast.
I think you're referring to, like if you're going 100 miles an hour, can somebody be charged with an additional crime? And that answer is yes. They could be charged with careless, reckless driving, child endangerment, like let's say if one of the teens have their little brother or sister in there, very easily that charge could be added. Not to forget that it's an automatic driver's license revocation at 100 miles per hour.
Now on the other side of the spectrum, can I get pulled over for driving less than the posted speed limit?
That answer is absolutely correct. If the conditions warrant that, it's glare ice out there, and if you're driving 50 miles an hour and everybody else is creeping along at 10 to 15, absolutely you're gonna get stopped, you're gonna get ticketed if you don't end up in the ditch first.
And State Trooper Herzberg had this to say.
Almost every day I go into town, people ask me, can you please go out there and slow those kids down before they kill themselves? The big thing is what I'm hearing from the student body is they think the cops are picking on the kids. And to be quite honest, most of the violations that are speeding through the school zone in the mornings and the afternoons are commuters. The speed zone out here, I have not cited one Parle Valley student inside the school zone during when those flashing lights were on. They were meant to slow down the commuting traffic, not you guys. The focus is just not the kids, it's everyone's safety.
Alright, so let's take a look at the huge hole I've dug now. Speeding ticket of $185. Raised insurance cost of $126 for 4 years. My grand total is $689. All while saving a whopping 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So back to Grace's question, was it worth it? Here's my answer to that. Who cares about a $185 ticket? Who cares about raised insurance cost? Who cares about 2.33 minutes? None of that really matters when you come right down to it. What matters is my life and your life. We here at Eagle Eye are begging you to drive 55 and stay alive. Thank you for your time today, everyone. And on behalf of Eagle Eye News Network, thank you, Officer Dean Herzberg, for your commitment day in and day out while serving the Parle Valley school communities in western Minnesota. This has been an Eagle Eye News Network production. Dylan Erickson, once again reminding you, drive 55 and stay alive. And as always, here at EENN, fly like an eagle.
Thank you.